Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hello and welcome to the show. This is your host, JC Soto. Today we have an educator, also a coach, and she's the speaker and the CEO of Fitbak Systems. And a lot of us, we deal with pain in different ways. And in reality, that should be something that we should be a priority in our lives to take care of and reduce it and control it. And she's going to educate us on how to do that. Her name is Gilbert-Lewien. So welcome to the show, Sally.
Thank you, JC. It's great to be here.
Fitbak Systems, what is it and how does that help your clients?
Well, Fitbak Systems came out of my 15-year career of treating people in pain as a soft tissue and spinal health specialist. So I'm really fortunate I get to work with a population of people called, that I refer to as failed and unresolved cases. So these people are often people who've gone out and they've already looked for solutions to their pain. They've spent time and they've spent money, and they may even have had a surgery. So they've gone through this whole process, but they're still in pain. And oftentimes those are the people that I end up working with in my hands-on practice here in Boulder, Colorado. And so from working with that population for over 15 years now, I've been able to put together a really powerful exercise protocol that's super simple. And when I say exercise, it's not like getting on the floor. There's not equipment, you're not going to get sweaty. You don't need to, think about any of those things. You can literally do it from sitting behind your desk. And the idea of it is that we use these really prescribed movements, and they include things like specific eye movements that send messages to the brain. So it's all based in neuroscience, but I've put it together in a really simple package that you can literally do while you're working on your computer. So you can be resetting your physical body, especially those places that interact with the nervous system and the brain, like the spine. And so we can take care of those things constantly throughout our day so that when we get to the end of our day, we're not fried in the brain and worn out in the body. And then what a lot of people do if they don't have an opportunity to unwind, meditate, work out at the end of the day, is they carry that baggage into the next day and into the next day and into the next day. And in my mind, that's degeneration and that's aging. And so this program can really slow that whole process down. It teaches you so much about what's actually going on inside your body. So it's super empowering to people. They learn how to take care of their own bodies. I mean, I'm biased. I'm a body worker. I love treatment, and I think everybody should get hands-on treatment. But this is something that you can do constantly in your day so that maybe you don't have to have so much of that treatment. You're not at least dependent upon that treatment.
Yeah, and from the business perspective, what are the advantages of doing this soft tissue treatment?
If you're a business owner, So for business owners, which I work with a lot of entrepreneurs in the health and wellness industries, and for this program can fit into pretty much any area. We work with accountants, we work with marketing people, coaches, other therapists across the board, because you're able to do a few different things with this as an entrepreneur. You can learn how to decrease your own pain for one, so you can make sure that your own brain is sharp and your body's not letting you down and pain's not getting in the way of being productive, whatever your day looks like, right? You can also learn how to do that for other people. So if you are a healthcare practitioner, this is going to add a lot of potential protocols and value to your existing business. So a lot of value in this for practitioners, especially, but like I said, across the board. And then we also have an affiliate program built into this. So once you've taken the course, which is applicable to everybody, you don't have to be in health and wellness or a practitioner to take any of the classes. Once you've done that and you've experienced it, we just want you to go out there and talk to other people about it. And then you basically financially benefit from that. So it can add value while increasing revenue to your business. So there's lots of different ways that we can plug it in to help you as an individual and also to stimulate value and revenue within your existing business also.
Pain reduction and pain management are so common in such a big subject matter. I'm sure there's a lot of misinformation out there. Have you heard a lot of myth and misinformation that you want to share about with us?
Oh boy, can I get on my soapbox about this one?
Please go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a holistic healthcare practitioner, an alternative medicine practitioner. That means we try and do things very naturally. We do things innately, the innate systems, the things that are within your body that you were born with. We try and use those systems to increase your health and wellness, increase your immune system, all these different things. There's a huge problem, and I can only speak to America because I haven't taught in too many countries. I've definitely taught in England, but here in America, we have a bit of a problem with our mindset on how we overcome pain and what pain is. So pain is a trigger that is supposed to initiate a action to get us away from whatever is doing damage to our body, right? What a lot of people see it as is a reason to pop Tylenol and ibuprofen. That is the number one go-to that everybody does. I even know people and have been told by people, unfortunately, older people who really don't know any better, that they take this stuff daily because they think it's good for them.
It's like candy. They take it every day.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that. The only thing that Tylenol does is it blocks the pain reception to the brain. It's stopping a system, stopping a signal that is supposed to be there so your body is not going to be damaged any further than it already has been to create that pain. So we have to look at what causes pain, not how we just put a blanket over the top of it, not how we just pop a pill and quickly in one quick treatment like that, it's going to be over. When you commit to changing your body and changing pain for the rest of your life, it's a commitment. It has to become a habit. And that is something that I teach a lot about. I teach about something called neuroplasticity, which we all possess. And this is the ability to constantly keep laying down new neural pathways in our brain, which are new behaviors, new habits, for as long as we live. We used to think that ended when we got to a certain age. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Not true. Not true. If you learn how to control your brain, you can teach yourself new things, overcome old behaviors and insert new behaviors for your entire life. And what that does is, as a soft tissue therapist, we say 80% of pain and dysfunction that we feel in our body as far as soft tissue and joints, right, is related to movement patterns. Movement patterns are behavior. This is really good news because it means we can overcome it. We can change it.
You can change it, yes.
You can change behavior. You can learn new things. And so we can tweak how we sit in a chair. We can tweak how often we move our bodies. We can tweak whether we engage with the backside of our bodies and we stimulate the back of our brain on a regular basis, we can learn to do these things in our day so we don't carry the pain, tension, stress, and degeneration into the next day. We have the ability to do this.
Yes, we need to take control of our bodies, and I'm a mind training coach also. So one of the things that I teach people is how to use meditation and visualization to help the immune system and the whole muscular system to regenerate itself. They have no idea of the power that they possess. And then when you introduce that to them, they become afraid. It's like they are so, like you said, they are so used to the over-the-counter drugs that they don't want to even look into another option. What are the fears you see that people bring to you when you tell them, hey, you can take control, you can reduce your pain and do it every day and be able to have a better life?
Yeah, it's definitely a different process for everybody. And as a practitioner, you have to kind of read people. I've over the years, I've definitely got better at reading people where they are and trying to help them where they are, as opposed to trying to talk at them like a practitioner. But we're in our comfort spot, right? I mean, most of us, especially today after 2020, everybody experienced that, and everybody's stress level is higher right now than it was a year ago. I would put money on that, right? But most people are not aware of that, and so a lot of people are coming into my office going, why do I feel like this? Why am I angry all of a sudden? Why am I uncomfortable all of a sudden? Well, we always have to look at like where we are with our nervous system. And right now, pretty much most people's nervous system's fried. So there's a lot of fear around going back into doing the things that we thought were normal. And that's one of the biggest things that I'm hearing from people right now, is that we've withdrawn from a lot of those things that push us to do more. Like, we know as entrepreneurs, we're always pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zone so we can grow, so we can help people in bigger and better ways, right? And that's important for everybody to do. But that all kind of withdrew over the last 12 to 18 months. And now people are trying to get back out there, and they're having some struggles with it because it feels different. And we're not really at that place, most of us, where we want to make ourselves uncomfortable. And unless we're going to get uncomfortable, we really don't learn and grow. And that's a challenging thing. People come into my office and they're in pain to start with. So their nervous systems are on high stress, and oftentimes they're already overwhelmed. So that's why it's really nice that I can do something that doesn't require any brain work on their part. I can put them on the table. I can change the chemistry in their body. I can take the nervous system down, and then we can start working from there. So I kind of have a hand up on that, I feel like, because I can build a level of trust with my clients, kind of get in on a different level for those people that I can see face to face anyway. But yeah, it's really challenging. People don't want to get uncomfortable right now. And ultimately, you have to get uncomfortable if you're going to grow and take on those new things, right?
Yeah, and you teach them how to take care of themselves after they see you, right? You train them, you educate them, and you also make sure that they have at least all this information so they can take care of themselves.
Yeah. My systems are all online at this point. So all my classes are online or in person. But then the people that come to see me for the hands-on treatment, they kind of get all that, built in. I give it to them step by step as we walk through the treatments. Each time they get different homework that relates to what we've done in treatment, that ultimately allows them to correct that driver. So oftentimes with chronic pain that shows up regularly for a long time, we say, over like 6, 7, 8 weeks, any pain that lasts longer than that, which is a pain length for like healing acute pain. If it lasts beyond that, we call it chronic pain. Most of my clients have chronic pain. This is just something that shows up in them over and over and over again. And part of what I really like to do with people is really try and figure out, what is that driver? Is it how you sleep in? Is it how you drive in your car? Is it how you're sitting in your lazy boy? Is it how you're sitting there doing cross stitch? Like, what is it that's driving that problem into your body that keeps showing up as that symptom? Because it doesn't just show up out of nowhere. There's always a cause for it. And that's what we try and do, is we try and go back to the cause. And so when we've really identified the cause, which in what I do in Fitbak is at the spine, then we teach people how to stabilize that specific area of the spine that's driving the symptom, so we cut off the symptom. And anytime the symptom shows up again, they put in those same exercises, because some of the habits are really hard to overcome, right?
Keep coming back. Yeah. And that's what you call ergonomic coaching? Is that your ergonomic coaching right there? Is that what you teach people?
Yeah. I have a few different specialties that I talk about. Postural ergonomics is what I teach about. That's what I teach people so they can use that to help themselves feel better. And then in my hands-on, I'm a soft tissue spinal health specialist. So I use something called Spinal Reflex Therapy, which is something I taught for over 10 years. And that's a big piece of where Fitbak comes from, is all my education that I gained there through the Spinal Reflex Institute in Durango. They go home with a whole toolkit of things so that they can constantly keep feeling better. So
now, can you give us an example of someone that was in chronic pain, excessive amount of pain, and you help them get educated and reduce that pain?
Yeah, there's been many people like that. I think the ones that come to mind the most are car accidents, or sporting injuries, people falling off mountain bikes, or falling down mountainsides when they're hiking, that kind of thing. We would, with somebody like that, I would bring them in. We'd say, right off the bat, I'm probably going to see you once a week for 6 weeks. And each time you leave, you're going to have different exercises, and that's going to build into a whole program that they then basically do for the rest of their life. This is a tool that we give you that applies forever. Once you've learned it, that's the idea of it, is it becomes almost reflexive. It's something you don't really have to think about. And part of what I teach is in industry ergonomics. So I have a Fitbak massage program where I teach massage therapists how to use Fitbak while they're in the process of doing massage during their day, so their bodies are not in pain, so they don't have burnout, so they can ultimately work more if they want to, but at least not go home fried. And then I have Fitbak First Responder, Fitbak Salon for those people working in the salon industry, which is horrific on your body. Fitbak Nursing, Fitbak Teacher, Fitbak Classroom. So we really try and customize it in that way. But the program overall applies to everybody. And it's just super. Obviously I'm biased, but I think it's super valuable, and I think it's something that everybody should have, because everybody can benefit from it. And go and teach your loved ones what you've learned. Share it. It's so great. But if, my specialties are spinal health, that's the whole spinal health. And then the other thing that I specialize in is lymphatics. And lymphatics ties into nervous system, ties into all those different things. And so, but again, I teach people how to treat their own lymphatic system. So I really believe in empowering other people and educating them so they can do that for themselves.
And again, this is one of the things that we should have been taught when we were kids, how to take care of ourselves. This should be basic education, right?
Absolutely.
It didn't happen. Now, what was the spark for you to become a pain reduction educator? What was the inspiration behind that?
Well, I went to massage school honestly out of necessity. I was just leaving an abusive marriage. I was living here in America on my own, and I had a 2-year-old daughter, and I had to figure out, how am I going to do this? I need something that I can work during the day and provide for my child, but has a lot of flexibility. And I don't know. These days, I consider that divine intervention, because don't think I would have. It was nowhere in my mind. Let's say that it was kind of definitely out in left field. But I went, and I'd never been good in school. And when I got into massage school, it was like I couldn't get enough. It was everything that lit me up and turned me on. I was like, I want more, I want more, I want more. And for the first time ever in my life, I was a 4.0 student. And I didn't even know what that meant. They pulled me in for 4.0 photograph. And I was like, what's that even mean? I have no idea, right? But 2 years after I got out of massage school, I was super fortunate to be introduced to a guy named Dr. Frank Gerald. And he's the guy who put together Spinal Reflex Therapy and taught me everything, pretty much, not everything, but a lot of what I know about posture, about the nervous system, and about something called the spondylogenic reflex, which is something that is housed in every joint of your spine. And that's ultimately what I specialize in and what I treat when people come to see me. So once I got a taste of that education that he was putting out, I dived down the rabbit hole, man. And I've just been down there ever since. I'm a science nerd. I love it. I'm always learning, and I can't get enough. And now I just want to teach everybody else what I know,
Well, it sounds like that's your mission in life now. It's so needed. I mean, the amount of people, sometimes we have pain and we live with pain without even noticing that it's there until we slow down and say, oh, my shoulder's hurting. It's been hurting for about a day and I haven't done anything because I just, being only looking at what I need to accomplish instead of taking care of my body. Yeah. And that's common. Now, let's talk about you. What did you learn years back, a lesson in life that you still apply to your life today?
Nobody's going to take care of me except me. And that applies to what I teach everybody these days, right? Like I said a few minutes ago, I moved to America when I was 18. And I've been away from my family since then, pretty much a stint here or there. So I've got used to taking care of myself. And sometimes it's not been easy, and sometimes I'm not very good at it. But my body lets me know when I need to get back on track. And that's mental, physical, that's all the things. But if you don't invest in you and you don't take care of you, nobody's going to do that for you, because nobody really cares more than you do, or they shouldn't do. Yeah. Yeah. You don't care about yourself, there's something wrong. So that for me has then grown into self-love, which is something that I've really had to work hard at over my lifetime, but I think I'm getting a lot better at it these days. And I push that with people too. I love to pass along the things that have been helpful for me along the way, and that's one of them. So take care of you, put you number one. You have to invest in you, especially if you're a parent or a therapist. You're giving to somebody else all the time. You've got to put yourself first. You've got to deposit in your bank account. You can't just keep withdrawing all the time. Otherwise, you will end up in burnout. And I've done that a couple of times along the way. So
this is like when the flight attendant tells you that you need to put your mask on first before you can take care of anybody else. So you got to take care of yourself. Otherwise, if you're not around, you're not going to be able to take care of anyone.
Yeah.
You're in pain. You can't move. You can't take care of anyone else.
Exactly. So, yeah. It really is. And the other myth that I would bust too while we're talking about self-care is that aging equates to pain. If I could swear on camera, I would, because that's crap. Aging does not equate to pain. I know what creates pain in your body, and I can tell you it's avoidable because I put my hands on it every single day and work on it. And it is avoidable. There's things that you can definitely do to increase your mobility, take down your pain, and keep your gray matter alive and sparking, because that's a huge key to how you feel in your physical body too.
And enjoy life to the fullest.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So if someone wants to get more info about the Fitbak Systems and about you, how can they contact you, Sally?
Best way is just to go to the website. So it's fitbaksystems.com. It's Fitbak, no C in Fitbak, just a K. So fitbaksystems.com. And on there, you can reach out to me, and I will extend the free 30-minute initial Fitbak consultation to you. Let me know that you reference CJ. JC. Gosh, sorry, JC. We talked about names before we got started. And it's only 2 letters at that. So let me know that you saw me here. But feel free to pass that along. I did have a way for people to do that automatically on the website, but I'm actually so busy right now in my hands-on practice. It's a bit nuts right now that I've had to turn off the new patient scheduling option on the website. So if you do want to contact me, don't try and go through the scheduler. Just shoot me an email through the website and I'll get back to you directly from there.
Sounds good. So to all my listeners, all her links are going to be below the recording. Sally, thank you for joining us today. It's such a important subject, but to me, it's fascinating, the body and, how to take control of our bodies. Thank you very much. I know you're busy. I know you had to, now you have to go back and take care of some people. So
I'm running into the office.
Yeah. So I appreciate it. And like I said, all her links and her offers going to be below the recording. And again, Sally, have a great day. I hope to talk to you soon again. And I appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you so much. It was great to be here.
Thank you. Until next time, this is JC with Online Media 360. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.